Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Before going to the video, those who are not subscribed our channel, subscribe it and also click the bell button. In this video, we will see the next 21 to 40 questions of UGC NET December 2020 and June 2021 Electronic Science question paper. 21st question. In a silicon oxidation model, if Cg and Cs are the oxidant concentration in the bulk of the gas and oxidant concentration adjacent to the oxide surface respectively, then the gas phase flux R. Here Hg is the phase mass transfer coefficient. So the formula for this is Hg into Cg minus Cs. This is the gas phase flux. Hence, option C is the correct one. Next question. The desired property of gate and interconnection metallization is option A, high resistivity, option B, large stress, option C, low conductivity, option D, low resistivity. We know that the property of gate and interconnection metallization is that it should have low resistivity. Next question. In a silicon oxidation model, B by A is the linear rate constant and tau accounts for the shift in the time coordinate to account for the presence of initial oxide layer. Then the linear law is represented as, this is nothing but B by A into T plus tau. So option C is the correct one. Next question. The band structure of a crystalline solid, that is the energy momentum EK relationship, is usually obtained by solving option A, Laplace equation, option B, Maxwell equation, option C, Poisson equation, option D, Schrödinger equation. We know that the energy momentum relationship of a crystalline solid is obtained by solving Schrödinger equation. So option D is the correct one. Next question. The maximum operating frequency of a MOSFET is. As we know, the maximum operating frequency of a MOSFET is nothing but omega m by 2 pi. It can also be defined as mu n into Vd divided by 2 pi L. Here Vd is the drain voltage and L is the channel length. So first one and fourth one are correct. So option C is the correct one. Next question. Which of the following statements are correct? First, ultrasonic method for liquid level measurement is not preferred in industrial applications. This statement is correct. Next, in a pH meter, the glass electrode is the reference electrode. This statement is wrong because in a pH meter, the reference electrode is usually silver chloride electrode. Next statement, a chromatograph is used for analyzing the composition of a gas. This statement is correct. Next statement, the production of Korotkov sounds in indirect blood pressure measurement is due to pressure pulses produced due to the difference in systolic and diastolic blood pressure. This statement is also wrong because in indirect method of blood pressure measurement involves collapsing the artery with an external cuff, providing an inexpensive and easily reproducible way to measure blood pressure. Here, the sounds appear when the cuff pressures are between systolic and diastolic blood pressure because the underlying artery is collapsing completely and then reopening with each heartbeat. Hence, option A is correct. Next question. It is the match the following type. First, FDMA, that is frequency division multiple access. It is related to guard band. Next, TDMA, that is time division multiple access. It is related to guard time. Third one, CDMA, that is code division multiple access. It is related to frequency hopping. Then third one, spatial division multiple access. It is related to onboard switching. So here option B is the correct one. Next question, what is entered variable map? As we know, it is an alternative to Karnack map where the variable is placed as output. These entered variable maps have Boolean expression in its cells, not just ones and zeros. These maps are useful to represent functions with large number of variables in a map of lower order. They are also used to describe flip-flops excitation functions. Next question. In a semiconductor device operation, the current continuity equations are. Here the correct answer is third one, that is dou P by dou T is equal to Gp minus Up plus 1 by Q del dot Jp, and fourth one, dou N by dou T is equal to Gn minus Un plus 1 by Q del dot Jn. Here Gp and Gn are generation rate of holes and electrons respectively, and Up and Un are recombination rates of holes and electrons respectively, and Jp and Jn are the current density of holes and electrons, and Q is the charge of electron. P is the hole concentration and N is the electron concentration. So option D is the correct one. Next question. Arrange the following antennas in ascending order of their radiation resistance. First, short dipole of L is equal to lambda by 10 and I average is equal to I naught. And second one, short dipole and length is equal to lambda by 10 and I average is equal to I naught by 2. Third one, linear lambda by 2 dipole, that is half wave dipole, sinusoidal current distribution. And fourth one, small loop, that is square loop, single turn antenna of length is equal to lambda by 10. Here option A is the correct one. Let us see the solution. For a short dipole, the radiation resistance is given by the formula RR is approximately equal to 20 pi square into L by lambda the whole square into I average by I naught the whole square. First, they have given length is equal to lambda by 10 and average current I average is equal to output current I naught. So, substituting for L and I average is equal to I naught, we get radiation resistance as approximately 1.97 ohm. Similarly, for second short dipole of length L is equal to lambda by 10 and I average is equal to I naught by 2, we have the radiation resistance as 0.4925 ohm. For linear half-wave dipole antenna having sinusoidal current distribution, we know that the radiation resistance is 73.1 ohm. Next, for small loop, that is square loop antenna of single turn and length is equal to lambda by 10, we have the radiation resistance R is equal to 20 pi square into L by lambda to the power 4. So, substituting L is equal to lambda by 10, we have the radiation resistance approximately 0.02 ohm. So, arranging in ascending order, we have small loop as first, and after that short dipole of length L is equal to lambda by 10 and average current is equal to I naught by 2, and after that we will have short dipole L is equal to lambda by 10 and average current is equal to I naught, and the last one is half-wave dipole antenna. Next question. For a JK flip-flop, when J is equal to 0, K is equal to 1, Qn plus 1 is equal to 0. Second one, when J is equal to 1, K is equal to 1, Qn plus 1 is equal to 1. Third one, when J is equal to 1, K is equal to 1, Qn plus 1 is equal to Qn bar. Fourth one, when J is equal to 1, K is equal to 0, Qn plus 1 is equal to 1. When J is equal to 1, K is equal to 0, Qn plus 1 is equal to 0. Which of these statements are correct? The truth table of JK flip-flop is shown in the figure. We know that when J is equal to 0 and K is equal to 0, Qn plus 1 is equal to Qn. Here Qn is nothing but present state and Qn plus 1 is the next state. Similarly, for J is equal to 0, K is equal to 1, we have Qn plus 1 is equal to 0. And for J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 0, Qn plus 1 is equal to 1. And for J is equal to 1 and K is equal to 1, Qn plus 1 is equal to Qn bar. Hence, statements 1, 3 and 4 are valid. So, option A is the correct one. Next question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other is labeled as reason. Assertion. When MOSFET is in conductive state, the saturation current flow after the channel is pinched off. Reason. The substrate bias affects the threshold voltage of a MOSFET. Here, both the statements are correct, but the reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So, option B is correct. Next question. Arrange the following in ascending order of their band gap at 300 Kelvin. First, gallium nitride. Second, gallium phosphide. Third, gallium arsenide. Fourth, silicon. We know that the band gap of silicon is 1.12 and for gallium arsenide it is 1.42 and gallium phosphide it is 2.26 and for gallium nitride it is 3.4. So option D is the correct one. Next question. A 10 kilowatt carrier is simultaneously modulated by two modulating signals corresponding to a modulation index of 40% and 30% respectively. The total radiated power will be option A 10 kilowatt, option B 10.25 kilowatt, option C 11.25 kilowatt and option D 12.5 kilowatt. Here they have given two modulation index. So the effective modulation index will be mu E is equal to square root of mu1 square plus mu2 square. Substituting mu1 is equal to 40%, that is 0.4, and mu2 is equal to 30%, that is 0.3, we have effective modulation index as 0.5. Now the total radiated power is PT is equal to PC into 1 plus mu E square divided by 2. Here PC is the carrier power, which is nothing but 10 kilowatt, and substituting for mu E as 0.5, we have the total radiated power is equal to 11.25 kilowatts. So option C is the correct one. Next question. The response time of photodiode has first dependence on transit time, second dependence on diffusion time, third RC time constant dependence, fourth TD is equal to W by BD, and fifth TD is equal to BD by W. Here TD is nothing but time delay and W is the width and VD is the voltage. The response time of photodiode depends on transit time, diffusion time, RC time constant, and also the time delay TD is equal to W by VD. So option B is the correct one. Next question. It is match the following type. In list 1 they have given bias of JFET and list 2 characteristic equation. First, self bias. So characteristic equation is VGS is equal to minus ID into RS. Next, voltage divider bias. For this the characteristic equation is ID is equal to VG minus VGS divided by RS. Then source bias. For this the characteristic equation is ID is equal to VSS minus VGS divided by RS. Then current source bias. For this ID is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by RE. So here option C is the correct one. Next question. In JFET, the pinch-off voltage can be defined as. The formula for pinch-off voltage is Q into ND into A square divided by 2 into epsilon S. Here Q is the charge of electron, A is the height of the channel, ND is the electron concentration, and epsilon S is the permittivity of the material. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question. Which of the following statements regarding Laplace and Fourier transforms are correct? In order for a function to possess Laplace transform, it must obey the condition integral 0 to infinity f of t e power minus at dt should be less than infinity. And also, for a function to have Fourier transform, it must obey the condition integral minus infinity to plus infinity f of t e power minus at dt should be less than infinity. It should not be greater than infinity. So, the second one and fourth one are correct. That is, option D is the correct one. Next question. If Cs and Cl are the equilibrium concentration of impurities in the solid and liquid near the interface respectively, then for dilute solutions encountered in silicon growth and equilibrium segregation coefficient Ka may be defined as option A Cs by Cl, option B Cl by Cs, option C Cs minus Cl, and option D Cs minus Cl divided by Cl. Here the segregation coefficient Ka is given by the formula Cs divided by Cl. So option A is the correct answer. Last question. Which of the following statements are correct? First statement, a multiplier can be used as a balanced demodulator or detector. This statement is correct. Next statement, dynamic range compression is the process of reducing the peak-to-peak variation of a signal to a lower range. This statement is also correct. If you see the third statement, an anti-logarithmic amplifier is useful for dynamic range compression. This statement is wrong because an anti-logarithmic amplifier is an electronic circuit that produces output that is proportional to the anti-logarithm of the applied input. Basically, it performs mathematical operation of an anti-logarithm. Next statement, in a phase lock loop circuit, the capture range is always larger than the lock range. This statement is wrong because the lock range is always larger than the capture range. So first and second statements only correct. That is option A is the correct answer. Thanks for watching the video. For more videos, don't forget to subscribe our channel.